Waiting for your favorite artist to drop can be very frustrating, especially if they never drop music. And at a time where Travis Scott, ASAP Rocky, Lil Uzi Vert, definitely not Frank Ocean, and probably Carti are set to release their next albums, there's not a better time to talk about why artists take forever to drop than right now. One of the most infuriating things an artist can do is build up hype for months or even years with no payoff. The most popular example of this is Playboi Carti, as he always promises new music but never releases it. And from this, he has formed an entire fan base with old and new fans, which kinda hate him. When Carti announces new music on a specific date, his fans know that he's probably trolling, but still manage to get their hopes up and fall for his evil tricks every time. I mean, who could forget the worst historical date in September history? The 13th of September, 2021. We don't even know what or when Carti is going to drop next, and I don't even think Carti knows either. After Whole Lotta Red dropped, he announced Narcissist, and that never happened. And then in a XXL interview, he announced a new album called Music, and there has been no mention of it since. And then he released his album cover on the 2-year anniversary of Whole Lotta Red, and that was nothing. And also, 1629. We've waited too long, bro. We need the album. And since these artists never drop anything, the fans treat any new recorded action from Frank Ocean or Playboi Carti like Bigfoot sightings. New unsurfaced footage of Playboi Carti getting a McDonald's burger.
Okay. No lettuce, no tomato. What else come on that motherfucker?
And especially when artists take forever to drop an album, the fans look way too deep into everything, just in case that artist might be subtly hinting at new music. What does this mean? Could the burger be subtly hinting at new music? Could no lettuce or no tomato mean no features? But not gonna lie, sometimes I look way too deep into this shit myself. Frank Ocean will legit update his Spotify profile picture, delete all of his Instagram posts, and then he'll put a countdown on his Instagram story, and everyone, me included, is like, holy shit, it's finally happening. And then, he releases a cock ring. Are you serious? Frank, am I a joke to you, bro? Yeah. So much has happened since Frank Ocean dropped his last project, Blonde, in 2016. To put it in perspective, Brockhampton had their entire career, multiple artists have had their rise to fame and death, Obama was still president of the United States, and multiple massive world events have transpired. The longer an artist waits to release their next full-length project, the more hype is built up around the project and the more pressure is put on the artist for them to meet expectations. That's why when Lil Uzi Vert dropped Eternal Take, which was announced and teased for 600 days before it released, and also when Carti released Whole Lotta Red, which took 859 days to drop after it was first teased on the 20th of August 2018. And after many letdowns and delays, basically making it the Cyberpunk 2077 of music, except it was actually good when it dropped and not complete garbage. However, similar to Cyberpunk 2077, when Eternal Take and Whole Lotta Red dropped, at first, the most popular opinion is that they were both mid.
Anyone that's saying this album is good, you're a fucking idiot. You know why? This shit is ass.
And there's two reasons as to why this would have been the case. The first reason is that most of the leaks which fans wanted to be on these projects were left out as it didn't fit the artist's vision. This disappointed most fans as they really wanted these songs on streaming services. And in Uzi's case, in response to this, he dropped a second tape as an Eternal Take Deluxe with the leaks the fans wanted. Carti said he was going to do something similar and drop a deluxe for Whole Lotta Red, but he never did. The longer an album is teased, the more the listener creates their own expectation of the album, based off their previous works and leaks if there were any. And the second reason fans were disappointed with these albums is that an album does not completely hit on the first listen. You can't compare an album you've had for 4 years and made many experiences to an album that just dropped 4 minutes ago. You need time with an album. And by the way, I mean 4 minutes ago literally. Some people will skim through an album that just got released a couple minutes ago and then go straight to TikTok or Twitter to announce what they think. I know it's probably just to capitalize and be the first one to talk about it to get the most impressions, but still, it's crazy. And it does make sense that when an artist completely switches up their sound after a long hiatus away from dropping music, that the fans would be confused and start trashing the album. And then there's just the people that didn't even listen to the album in the first place, but then just mindlessly agree with whatever their For You page says. And speaking of switching up your sound, it seems the artists that take the longest to drop are the ones who change music as a whole. I'm looking at you, Luzan. I'm just playing. But honestly, these artists are not only cursed by having to release a great album after a long period of time, but these artists, although not expressed much by the fans, are almost expected to bring a whole new sound in general. Or else it's like, damn, 5 years break for the exact same music? Which kinda got me thinking, maybe it's a good thing that we have to wait a long ass time for some artists to drop music. Because I know as soon as I press play on that brand new Travis Scott album, the new Rihanna album, or the new Frank Ocean album, that they would have built a world within an album that could influence music as a whole for new artists in the future. Or they won't. But anyways, why do some artists take so long to drop albums? Do they just hate us? Well really, I think that just depends on the artist and if they feel they've made a great body of work. Before streaming services, it was completely normal for artists to take 4 to 5 year hiatuses between every album cycle. But now, if you take longer than a year, people just say that you fell off. Some people like Drake can drop an album every year consistently. Some people can drop albums every month like Youngboy, or some could take close to a decade, or some acts we may never see release music ever again. And if you're sick of waiting for your favorite artist to drop an album but don't know the actual numbers, right here is a list that I've just made on how many days have passed since some artist dropped their last album, and hopefully I included your favorite artist in there. But if there is an artist that you're waiting for to drop an album on this list or maybe not on this list, let me know in the comments below, and hopefully whenever they release a project it was worth the wait. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like it, subscribe, follow my socials in the description, and from now on I swear I'm gonna start being more consistent. Thank you.
Just shot the video of this bitch. Hey, talking about, man. Oh, well. Huh?